Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nuts Devlog. I'm still Yon. This is still Nuts. I'm still making a video game about observing squirrels in a forest. This week I'm going to talk to you about a little bit about some shader debugging stuff I made. It's not that much. And also the game is now kind of playable, so I think we'll just play it and I'll just talk a little bit and I'll try to keep it short. Cool, let's go. Um, It would be nice if yes, it works. Cool, yeah. So a bunch of stuff has changed. A big thing, probably be a bigger announcement at some point, but Paul Claressou, a French artist, joined the team and he's already made some stuff like these trees and little bits of this house, which is a bit of a random composition of like a door I found on Turbo Squid and other stuff. These are actually some Don't Trip models. Boop. And uh, yeah, the old camera with some additions. Anyway, what I wanted to show you was the shader stuff I made. Been getting really frustrated with trying to analyze like what the graphics card is actually seeing. So I made this like debugging mode where I can look at vertex colors. Vertex colors are used to kind of pass information to the outline shader when to definitely not draw an outline, like in the case of this these foliage. And oh, there's a plane. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Okay, I live kind of next to an airport. Um, and yeah, different vertex colors on different objects will just give the outline shader different information. Normal maps are used to make sure outlines appear in objects that have the same color. Like in this house, you would see lines between those different normaled colors. And this is really funny. It's the encoded depth map, which is basically like each one of the points on the screen, its color value is representative of how far away it is from the camera. But the reason it like weirdly loops is because the data is stored in like the first four decimals are stored in the red channel and the next four in like green or something like that, which means you get this like weird set of gradients that are kind of unreadable, but still you can at least tell that like stuff works. Like for example, it wasn't trivial to get the these are sprites, not meshes, so it wasn't that easy to get them to show up transparently. I've gotten a bunch of help from some great people on the Icelandic game dev Slack, which was great. And the next one is just the outline shader, and then the outline plus blur shader, or like how I thicken the outlines. Yeah, so cool. I can debug shader now. But let's actually try to play the game. So if you remember from the demo, the goal is to a squirrel lives in a tree, which should be marked, currently isn't, but I know it's this one, and lives in another tree. Now there is kind of only this little patch of trees, so I'm kind of spoiling it already. It's probably one of these, but that's all fine. I added a ton of like quality of life stuff for myself, and just because I want to get all systems in place so I can iterate over these really quickly as well, and like make them all work with each other. Like you can crouch, you can zoom, you can obviously pick stuff up. The cameras kind of work slightly differently, but normal things you pick it up. You can sort of lock rotate it, but you can also can drop it. If you drop it from a bit too high, it breaks because I'm a terrible game developer. The camera. So one thing that happened in the old game, you had this like preview in the bottom right of the screen, kind of where my face is on the video. I don't want that. I want as much as possible to be diegetic, so that's why I made the zoom so that you can kind of see where the camera is looking at. And then I made this other thing, which is on the right, when you right click, you get a little like frame around everything. Doesn't show up super nicely in the video, but you get a frame around everything that locks your camera angle in place so that you can interact with stuff more smoothly. You can also totally do it without locking in place, but yeah, you gets a little bit annoying when you have to move your vision to like the exact point. So you can like instead you could be looking here, but you can lock it and then grab it like this. It's pretty intuitive. I kind of like it, so probably keep it. I also added these like channel knobs on pretty much everything as an idea to like let the player choose how the cameras and TVs are connected, which I kind of like, but it's at the same time it's categorically worse than the demo. So I'm going to be careful before sort of building on top of it because maybe it just has to go and it just have to be like camera one, two, and three, like they were in the demo. I don't know yet. A cool turbo squid door with a non-uniformly scaled handle. But I kind of like doing this, especially with this like graphical effect, just downloading some free random meshes from the internet just to kind of make sure that I don't have to just stare at like boxes all the time. Like everything looks kind of like it belongs with this visual effect. So moving forward. So yeah, this is the house. This is all new stuff that you haven't seen. You can pick stuff up here as well. Hello, I'm a TV. Boop boop. The TV can also fall off the table. Oh, fall off the table. Oh no. And into the bed. Oh no. Um, I may have lost that one. I'm gonna hold on. This is embarrassing. Never let your TV fall in your bed. Oh, the bed collider probably swallows the TV. Oh, now my table's upside down. Everything's a mess. Anyway, let's put this guy here. Oh no. Oh, everything's a mess. So this, I swear this isn't scripted, but I did want to show you some other quality of life stuff I've made. So making a mess is bound to happen, and I'm okay with some of it, but it can get really frustrating. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this hammer and hammer my tables into place. So I made that just kind of as a quick test, but I kind of like it. So you get to like remodel. I want you to be able to like remodel your house if you want to, but it should never be a chore. Forgot to nail this one down. So you have to like, yeah, build up that stuff slowly. So lock these two things in place. Can get this TV up here now. Ba-bam. Gonna lock you as well. Okay, cool. So now I can't accidentally pick up the stuff anymore. This table can just go outside. Oops. I can definitely do that, which I'm definitely not supposed to. Yes, hello. This is my control center. So as I said, the game is playable now, so let's do it. So what I'm imagining is there'll be a way, an obvious way for you to like come home and like spend the rest of your day, because the game goes in like day and night cycles, but each one of it is only a few minutes long. So for now, there's just this chair, and when you interact with the chair, like poof, it's night now. There should be obviously like a big transition and everything else. And oh, hey, look who it is. It's me, your friend Squirrel. I made the absolute worst VCR controller, but it does work nicely. So let's see if he pops up on the third camera as well. So yeah, Squirrel comes out of the tree. We saw it on the camera. It's all great. It goes between those two rocks. Awesome. And we can fast forward to the end. See if anything else happens. No, it doesn't. I need to remember to manually rewind, otherwise I get the cheat, which I don't want. And we can't leave because the scientists have told you, this will be tutorialized somehow, scientists will tell you that you're not supposed to leave at night because you'll mess with the squirrel's ecosystem. So okay, which one was this one? The tree is kind of cool. Let's keep that one. Let's move these along. So it's probably going in here somewhere. And this is already where it starts to feel very, very different from the demo, because the demo was just like this like random purlin noise terrain. Oh, I'm also like Skyrim horsing my way up to this mountain. Yeah, the random purlin noise was very sort of samey and safe, but here with the height differences, you can get really cool uh, camera shots and camera angles. That is definitely not a possibility before. So I'm gonna look here, and hopefully we'll get to see which of these paths between the rocks the squirrel takes. And we go waste some time again. Oh, it's nighttime again. Oops, we're still rewinding. Let's fast forward. Oh, you can kind of still see the squirrel through the cracks of the house, which I will definitely not be a thing. But yeah, I'm actually not recording anything. I'm just letting the squirrel run around in the world, which is, a nice way, because otherwise I would have to deal with like video footage, or yeah, it would be a mess. So, oh, he went in there, but look, he came out again. Haha, and he goes around a corner there. Oh, I can still see him here. Sits by the fence and then goes to the right. Okay, that's cool. Let's go get him. Oh, I can't leave. I have to wake up first. Ooh, cool transition. Imagine a cool transition. Screw you, tree camera. I know where the squirrel is going. It's going, went to the fence, went to the right. Let's see, let's check him out. Let's do this. Keep that one, take this one, and put it maybe on this tiny little bluff. Is that called a bluff? I'm not a native English speaker, so I think it's called a bluff. Hey. Okay. And yeah, there's no win condition yet, but the win condition in the game for every mission could be a little bit different. Let's rewind it. But it will usually be to like grab a snapshot of the squirrel in the tree, like so. You'll have a way to like print this out and maybe like, I don't know, fax it to your bosses or something. Is what I'm imagining, which shouldn't be too. Now that I have sort of all my systems rolling, should be pretty easy to add something like a printer or whatever. And then from that point on, I can start making different missions and everything else. It's like really clear in my head, but I don't know if I'm conveying it well. But I'm still very much just like in the establishing phase. I hope to have this playable by humans who aren't me in the next couple of weeks, but at least I get to sort of see the result of all my systems playing nicely together, which makes me quite happy. You can also totally get into annoying states where everything sucks. And that happens a little bit too often, which will be the next thing for me to fix. I'm going to leave it there. As always, hit me up if you have any questions or if you want me to talk about something specifically. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. So subscribe. All right. Bye.